Welcome back, and now we're going to continue looking at this game, Huschenbeth against L'Ami from my series My Best Games. And we had just left this position. My opponent had just played f7 to f5, and I had said that this was a plunder. Why? So if you would like to take a moment for yourself, stop the video and try to find out why f5 was bad and what I played here. What was my idea? So now I will show it. I can sacrifice my knight on c4, and suddenly all the black pawns on the white squares are lost pretty much. If he takes on c4 here, what he didn't do, then I take back and he cannot defend this pawn in any good way on e6. If he plays bishop f7, obviously I just take on f5. He cannot take back because of e6, and that's just too much. So in the game he took on g4. If he takes on a5, which is maybe another chance, then I simply take back on a5, and well, once again I'm just up a pawn, so that's not good for black either, but he's already facing great difficulties in this position. So he took on g4. Now I took on b6. Maybe it was better to simply take on g4 first. I didn't really expect him to play what he played in the game. I should just take back on g4, and after bishop f5 would be the logical response. Now I take on b6, and I'm simply enjoying an extra pawn here. Even though, of course, there will be some technical difficulties, but I can also play my knight to c5, and the position looks quite bad for black. So in the game I expected this variation to happen, but in this position he didn't take back on b6, but he played h5. And he told me after the game he saw his only chance in somehow creating threats against my white king, and this is actually what's going to happen in the game. Well, I couldn't believe he would leave me this pawn on b6, because now I can even play b7 here, rook b8, and rook takes a6, and it looks so good for white, and it is so good for white indeed. Queen c7. Now I already mentioned it, the knight is coming to c5, very nice square for the knight. Queen takes b5. But I should have played it right away here. But once again, I didn't really see what he would play. I underestimated his play. I should play knight c5 right away when he is, I believe, almost forced to take on c5. If he plays queen c8, I can... How can I follow up here? Well, maybe it would transpose, I'm not completely sure, but maybe I have an additional option here. Maybe something like knight takes e6 is also an option here, to play with b5 now. Well, in either way, white is still clearly better. Okay, nothing's wrong with b5 though, that's completely fine. But maybe knight c5 would have been cleaner. So knight d8, by the way, black cannot take on b5 anyway, knight c5, and the knight on c6 is lost, so that doesn't work. So knight d8, now knight c5, and now queen c8, and now I play queen a4, and that's the first step in the wrong direction, really. I was thinking about c4. I was considering this move. But for some reason I was afraid opening up my king, but really it doesn't matter that much at the moment. And what is more important is that my active pieces are coming into play. If black takes, bishop takes c4, now this pawn on e6 is attacked 3 times, so black has to protect it, but I can just increase the pressure and now force my opponent to take on c5, otherwise he would lose the pawn on e6, and well, of course, with these 2 pawns here, I'm completely winning, that's clear. but I missed this chance. I played queen a4, bishop f5, and now I played rook a1. I had a simple idea, I just want to exchange everything on the 8th rank to play with rook a8. But once again, c4 was clearly stronger. Rook a1. And I think I kind of missed this idea of him too. Knight b7 here. So preventing me from playing rook a8. Now I played rook c6. Knight takes c5. So attacking my queen as well. And now definitely a very bad decision of mine to not take on c8 here. I should have taken on c8, clearly. Because also time travel was approaching, and in time travel pretty much everything can happen, and also happens in this game. So I should have just taken on c8 here, simplifying the position, and I'm still enjoying an extra pawn here, even though it will be difficult to convert it, but clearly only one side can win this game. But in the game I simply took back on c5, and I think I know what I missed here. After queen e8, I saw queen e8, and now I played another mistake, and then I'm maybe already worse. So I play queen a7. You can see the queen is further moving away from the king. You can see the queen is so far away now from my own king. It's not helping in any way to protect it. I should have played rook c7 here. Now bishop h4, b6, and of course black is not exchanging queens. Obviously he plays queen g6. That was his whole idea anyway, moving his queen to e8, and now queen d1. The queen needs to come back. That's essential here, and also opening up the a file for the rook to go to the 7th rank. So some possible variations here: king h8, rook a7, rook g8, and now rook f7, bishop e4, and queen f1. And with the queen at the side of my king, everything is fine. And if g3 now, simply queen h3, everything under control, and black is lost. But now after queen a7, I believe that he couldn't further advance his attack, because the queen needs to protect the bishop on e7, and if bishop d8, then the rook on b8 is hanging, but black has exactly one square for his bishop where he can go, which is h4, which I missed, and now the position is completely unclear, and it's actually black who's maybe having the better practical chances here. So the tables have turned pretty much. Rook c7, and now my opponent played queen g6, but he could also have played quite amazingly here rook a8, but I believe he didn't spend too much time on it, but it's quite remarkable. Even though I have these two connected passed pawns here, now suddenly my white king is under attack, even though the queens are off the board. So let's see how this would continue here. Bishop f2. I have to play this move. It's all forced because bishop d3 is coming, and here it seems the position is equal. Yeah, that's equal here. So that would have been already a way for black to equalize. Now queen g6. I played c6. Also maybe considering to play my queen back to d4, because I sense the danger now in my position. Now g3. And you can see my king is feeling unsafe. Well, I played h3 now to close down the g file. It was pretty much the only move I saw, But actually I could have achieved a draw here, but I was not thinking about a draw. I still want to win this game, obviously. Here now the two connected passed pawns will win back a rook, and we'll see specifically how this happens here. G takes h2, important move. Now rook takes a8, c7, and rook a2. Actually, I'm not winning back the rook, but black is achieving perpetual here. Rook e1. Now I can't go to g2 because of bishop e4 followed by mate, so this is a perpetual. Amazing variations, and we will see much more amazing variations in the game. So I played h3, and after bishop takes h3 I made another mistake here, and I'm already losing. And we'll see which move I played here and what I should have done in the next video. See you then. Bye.